Bumbleclad. You'll never make it in life until you understand this right here. Lock in. Poverty is a fucking mindset. Poverty is a mindset. Your environment controls your awareness. Point blank. Your physical environment controls your awareness, and your mental environment controls your awareness because you're born into the hood. So you got a hood mentality. You have to break out of the hood mentality by physically moving out the hood or mentally moving out the hood. You watch. You're on the internet all the time. You're talking about the internet's so negative, the internet's so toxic. The internet is a microcosm of your bubble. You follow toxic people. You follow like news channels that are always spreading toxicity. Change your mental environment. Change what around you. You're taking in information all the time, negative information, and you're letting it convince you that it's so negative out here. Nothing changed. Humans still operate how humans used to operate. Understand that. Lock in. You're born in the hood, you got hood mentality. You ain't got enough money to move out the hood yet. Understood. Cool. You don't need money to move out the hood. You don't need money to move out the hood. Because the hood exists in your mind. The hood exists in your mind. Write this down. Understand. So when I say this, don't take it lightly. This isn't a study. This ain't a study. This is my life. So I'm telling you, straight up. Poverty, Poverty. That's a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. Understand it. Lock in. Lock in. Poverty is a fucking mindset. It's a mindset. Yes. 110%. 110%. Poverty is a mindset. Because if you allow your physical environment, to dictate your emotion, because you're poor, you can't do this. Because you're poor, nobody gonna help you. Because you're poor, things harder. I can't afford this, I can't do that, I can't do that. All what you can do. You're focusing on the wrong things. Focus on what you got. You got a mind, use it. You got ideas, do them. You know what I mean? Hold up. Understand that. First thing first, you have to understand poverty is a mindset. If you don't understand poverty is a mindset, you'll never get out of it. Because you won't be able to change your physical environment because you're always thinking about bad things. So bad things are going to come to you. Naturally. That's just how it works, right? You're going to go to work every day. You're going to barely make it. You're going to pay rent. You're going to blow money on bills. You're going to blow money on parties. You're going to blow money on all kind of things to find enjoyment, right? But if you understood that you're only there for a time, you start here, that don't mean you have to end here. Saying it is one thing. Understanding it is the next thing. Don't just say it. You have to understand it. Like, you got to believe that. Now, we all know somebody who was poor and make it in life. We all know somebody. You might not know anybody directly, which if you do know somebody directly, that would help. You could relate with that person because you know them, right? If somebody done it once, then you could always do it again with the right methods. We got abundant ways to move forward, dog. Like, just understand that first. Poverty is a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. Just repeat that. Every time you wake up, you watch the roaches, you say good morning to the roach.
Who are you?
I'm Pam. Who are you?
I'm the owner of this house.
Oh.
Right, we both live here. You and the roach down bad, right? You ain't got to live like that. You might not be able to change it now, obviously. You can't just snap and got money in your hands. And if you think like that, you need to check yourself. Can't happen. It don't happen like that. So you got to start figuring out how to get out of this problem. You can't figure out any answers for how to get out your problems if all you're thinking about is the problem. Think about solutions. Change your mindset. Start taking in information from different places. Like, dog, you got YouTube. You got social media. I guess that's YouTube. I don't know. Media, social media. YouTube is a social space, yeah? Anyway. You got YouTube Academy, you got social media, you got Instagram, you got TikTok, you got all these creators, you got real life events you could go to. You could go to some YMCA somewhere, I don't know, and just see what they're talking about this week. Go to some random TED Talk. Like, just, you could actually do things to get yourself mentally out of a poverty-stricken environment, because mindset is very important, because poverty is a mindset. So you have to understand that. Even if you ain't poor, you could literally got $5 million in your account right now. Somebody watching this video rich, and they still got the same problems. Mentally, they ain't got enough. That's poverty, scarcity, right? It don't matter what your actual digits be, because 10K might be good for you, but it's not good for him or her. You know what I mean? I want $500 billion. You know what I mean? So number, don't get caught up with numbers. You gotta get caught up in feelings. Poverty is a mindset. Where you at mentally? Are you in a peaceful place all the time? No. Are you thinking about what you don't have? Start thinking about how you could get it, not what you don't have. And that's just one step, by the way. I'll be breaking down all of this, so you got to stay with me. This is just one leg. This is just one leg of the problem. We have to break this the way it was built, slowly, over time, constant repetition, spaced repetition, because you're gonna start to like act how you're supposed to act, then you're gonna stop, because you still got that old paradigm affecting you. So you won't see the effects immediately, but eventually you're gonna snap and you're gonna jump right back into it, right? Then it's gonna happen again. Then you're gonna snap yourself right back into it again, and it's gonna just keep happening. And the more it happens, the less you snap out of it, and then you're just constantly in motion and doing what you need to do to get to your goals. Because most times you actually know exactly what you need to do, because you understand this unique problem, right, to a T, because it's your life. Come on, bro. Stop being a god in your head. Be a god in real life. You check? Lock in. So that was point number one, right? Let me move on. Poverty is a mindset, yes. So we accept this. I don't even have alcohol wipes with me. I just came out of the house because I was like, yeah, I need to do this video because I need to start doing things. No. You were born today. You were moved into a house. The house was located in the hood. The hood got everybody in there who also don't think they can make it out the hood, because they're always looking at the wrong things. You know? If you have an auntie, an uncle, a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, a cousin, or just a neighbor, a friend, whoever, and you explain what you want to do, you ain't even explain it. You said what you want to do with your life, and you was fine with that. You was excited about the idea. You were really excited about the idea. Yeah, man, I'll start making music, yo. Like, I got it in me. It's in me. I got it, you know? You're already working on your flows and you're doing all of this. I'm just using music as an example because I talk to a lot of people who want to do music. So that's a very common occurrence for me, right? Let's use another one. Let me restart that. Your parents controlled your environment, right? Think about it. Hold up. Environment, right? Yikes, right? Your parents did that. You were born today. You didn't choose the house you moved into. Your parents did that. You didn't choose it. So all of that was put on you, right? Fine. Then the ideas that you start to develop as a toddler, as like how you always crying if something happened, like how much you needed to be cuddled, how much you needed to be like coached, how much you needed, like if you was a quiet child, if you used to get beat, if you used to get like this, all of that mentality that you started to develop, all of that subconscious information was put there by your environment. Because where else you thought it was gonna come from? Huh? Where else would it come from? Your environment. Both physical environment and mental environment. Meaning, what are you thinking about all the time? Where are you at mentally? Right now you're thinking about what I don't have. How to get this better, right? If you're thinking about how to get this better, that's a good way to think, because you're already down the path of seeing results, because now you're thinking about how to fix your problem, not just Ah, boy, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. A black, a poor, I got an accent. People ain't gonna understand me. No, don't think about all of that. Don't think about all of that. How could I use my how could I use my tools to make this thing work for me? That's what you need to be thinking about, because that's when your mind can start to develop solutions, right? Also, your physical environment. If you're in the hood, all you seen is hood shit. All you subscribe to is hood shit. Hood people. You're in a nice suburb environment, and like the people you're talking to, they're so negative. They don't even appreciate the blessings that they have. They always focus on other people and like how to come up off of people failures and all type of shit, right? No, don't think like that. Don't think like that. No. Change your physical environment. Move out the house, right? Move away. Go live with your grandmother. Live with your grandma. Stay with your auntie. You know what I mean? Stay with a family member. Stay with a friend for a weekend. You know? Just escape that environment. Go to a park. Like me right now, bro. I'm literally filming in a park. Like, you could physically leave a negative environment, and you can mentally leave a negative environment. Like, come on. Just lock in, dog. Because once you change your environment, the information that you start to take in will change. And if you change your environment from negative to positive, then now you gain positive information. And then that can start to change the way you think. You start to move from negative to positive, right? Because your environment controls what you know. Oh shit, helicopter. Hold up. Anyway, once you change your environment, you start to change your awareness, right? You probably can't see this from so far. So let me come closer. You change your environment, you change your awareness. Because if you was in a negative environment before, right? And you change it to positive, positive, TVE, now you got positive information coming in. So now your awareness change. You go from a negative awareness to a positive awareness. I ain't trying to explain it too much because we got to make more videos. So I'll give you that in the next video, right? What you know is based on what you see, what you take in, what you hear, what you study. Sometimes you don't study, but you don't understand that even if you don't study, you're still learning. You're learning from your environment. You're learning from things you see. You're learning from things you hear. You're learning from somebody had this hot take and you heard it, and now you agree with it. You don't even know if you actually agree with it, because that's just what you hear in one type of environment. Now you go to another page and you see somebody say something completely different, and you also agree with that. So it's like, where the information coming from? The environment. Physical environment, mental environment. Physical environment, mental environment. Mental environment is the most important, because you may not be able to change your physical environment immediately, but you could definitely change your mental environment. Let me tell you how. Right? For example, for me, this is it, right? This is the thing. So I remember like 5 years ago, I used to always be stressing about money. Like, always, like, I kid you not, like, I would stress, like, I would be sweating, like, sweating. I'm sweating right now. That's not about thoughts for money. It's just, it's kind of hot right now. But I used to stress about money, like, stress. I was poor. Like, I grew up poor, bro. Like, so money was always a problem. We didn't have enough. Lights cut off. Like, lights would be off. We'd be using candles. Like, you already know. I ain't need to get into it, right? But I was stressing. Never had money, and I couldn't see any kind of better results. And I used to be wondering, like, yo, why I can't figure this out? Like, what I gonna do? Like, what will I do? Like, we don't have any money. I can't go to school because we don't have any money. And I just couldn't figure out anything. I couldn't figure out a way forward. And I started to study this material. You were born rich. No, change, change in your paradigms or understanding paradigms. Like, not even just 5 years ago. Like, I remember when I was like small, bro. Like, bro, we ain't had shit growing up. Like, so I was always stressing about money. Like, always stressing about money. Everything was, how are we gonna get out of this situation? Like, how are we gonna get out of this situation? But I wasn't actually like relaxing and trying to actually think about how to get out of situations. I was just like, yeah, we poor. So I was always trying to find like some hustle to get money. Like we would sell cupcakes at school. We would sell s'mores, brownies. Like we'd be doing all kind of things in high school to make money. Selling things from home. Like I remember we started selling hot dogs at one point. Right? That was fun, by the way. Like that was so fun. Anyway, but we were stressed about money all the time. So we were scrabbling, always hustling to figure out like, okay, we could try this. Okay, we could try this. We were scrambled. I was all over the place because I wasn't aware of how I was supposed to be operating. I was not aware of the fact that you cannot think properly when you vibrating in a negative frequency. You cannot think about positive results if you're vibrating in a negative frequency. And at first, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what even is a frequency, right? That's the next video. I'll break all of that down for you, but that was never on my mind. Being calm before I made decisions was never on my mind. Something as simple as that will change your whole life. Your whole life. Like, you have to calm yourself before you make any kind of decisions. Don't think about even decisions, like outside of decision, even just thinking, period. Just thinking, period. Like, you should not try to think about solutions if you're not in a calm state. Now you're aware of this information. Now you're aware, right? You change your mental environment. I just told you that. Once you understand that, then you could start approaching your problems differently. And I'm talking from experience. I was running my business wrong the whole time, and I wasn't seeing results. I was not seeing results because I was just stressed about all kind of things that it wasn't gonna move the needle for me. I was stressing on all kind of things that were not gonna move the needle for me. So if you're into business, if you're just trying to get fit, if you're trying to stay healthy, if like you're just trying to like enjoy life more, if you try whatever you're trying to do, you cannot approach change from a stressful place. You cannot do it. It won't work. I already tried. Everybody been trying. You've been trying it all this time. Like, you actually need to calm yourself. Like, relax. Relax. Go to a park. Lie down on that tree. Go out in your yard. Go sleep with your dog. I mean, sleep with your dog, but like, just chill out with your dog. You know what I mean? Like, actually, like, acknowledge that this is a living thing and appreciate that, right? That should calm your spirit. Then you start to think about your solutions after that. But you can't just run into solutions. You got to check yourself, check your frequency. Because if you're trying to figure out, if you're trying to come up with ideas to fix something from a place of negative vibration, from a negative frequency, then you're going to come up with negative answers. And it might not seem negative, but it's negative because you're going to be doing things that don't actually move you towards your goal, your true goal, right? You think so, but you're focusing on the wrong things. Like, you got to change your environment. You can't be fixing things from a negative place and expecting positive results. So you got to change your environment. If people are around you yapping every time you open your mouth about something you want to do, they start yapping about how it won't work, right? This makes the line. They keep yapping about how it won't work. Like, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't do that. Oh, no, you should focus on this instead. Oh, why you don't just go to school for this? No, that ain't happening in my house. Once you hear that, I know them words. That ain't happening in my house. I know them words well, but you can't let that keep you back. Because you should just do what you want to do anyway and deal with the repercussions after, because you did what you wanted to do. Don't just be scared to do it. Anyway, that's another topic. First thing first, you have to change your environment. Physical environment, mental environment, right? Start subscribing to positive thinkers on YouTube, right? Watch the videos, consume the information, just consume positive information. That's changing your environment. Go by a park, read a book, change your paradigm. How to change your paradigm? Like, you were born rich. Like, you got a million books, thinking into results. Like, you could